An All Dogs Christmas Carol has the gang trying to redeem Carface and stop Belladonna. So the positives on this film are the animation is pretty good. That's it for positives. On to the negatives. So the first negative is, if this is based on real events in universe, it doesn't make sense anywhere in, like, the timeline. Like, if it takes place before the first one, Charlie and Carface were partners, and here they're not. If it takes place during All Dogs Go to Heaven 1, they're not partners in this one, but they were partners in the before the events of the original. And, like, where's Anne Marie? If this takes place during, like, All Dogs Go to Heaven 2, where's David? So, although I think they did say, rewatching the movie, they said that it was just, like, a story, but I think it was based on, like, real events in the universe. So it doesn't really make any sense of where in the timeline does this take place, because after All Dogs Go to Heaven 2, Itchy was dead and he went to heaven. See, and then they have Sasha in there, so that means it does actually definitively take place after the events of All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. So, is it supposed to just be a story that they made up? I'm not really sure. So it's very confusing in the timeline. Another negative is I don't like the whole Christmas storyline. The whole Charles Dickens A Christmas Story, because I know exactly what's going to happen. So if Carface is Scrooge, obviously he's going to become a good guy and do the right thing at the end of it, which he does. So there's not really any twists. There's not really any good reveals in the movie. So right there, the movie's pretty boring. And I honestly don't like the sad backstory and redemptive arc for Carface. It makes such an evil character more sympathetic and not as evil. So it makes him kind of less scary, kind of retroactively, like, less scary than he was in the original. Another negative, now this one is just kind of like nitpicking, but in the third song, Killer starts singing. That's another thing. Why is he in this movie? So it makes me think that this is all just a story that they made up, because Killer wasn't even in All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. But anyways, Killer starts singing, and I thought it was like his song, about he's mean, but he's happy at Christmas time, and he actually likes to be good at Christmas time. But then Belladonna starts singing, and is in perfect harmony with Killer. Killer says a line, Belladonna says a line, or sings a line. So I don't get how they're in perfect harmony when they're singing the song. If it was just Killer singing, that would have been fine, but then you have, like, another character where they're in two completely different places singing in great harmony. So that didn't make sense. Another negative is they take the darkest and the scariest part of A Christmas Carol, of seeing Scrooge being dead, seeing his grave, falling into a grave, seeing the ghost of Christmas future, and making it a flashy, bright Broadway show. That's honestly not that bad of a song, but But, like, I want to be scared at that point. I want to be terrified at that point, but it's overshadowed by a lighthearted, kind of really cool, flashy song. And that just really didn't work. And the last negative is this movie has no dark elements at all. Nothing is even remotely scary, dark, or adult-themed, unlike the original. And this is only for kids. Like, at least for All Dogs Go to Heaven 2, I can kind of enjoy that for being a surface-level kids movie. But this, I just don't enjoy it. And it's like not... It's just made for kids. And I just don't like that. So, in the end, with the legacy of the original, I honestly think this has got to be, like, one of the worst movies I've seen. Rewatching it, I wouldn't say it's... Although, I mean, I did only have one positive and everything else was negative. It honestly wasn't as bad as I remembered it being. This was actually my third time watching it. I honestly don't like it one bit. It's really boring and pretty paradoxical. So, pretty polarizing. So, I think it's still a pretty bad movie. I really don't like it. So, An All Dogs Christmas Carol, it has clearly nothing on the original, and I don't think it's even as good as All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. And even All Dogs Go to Heaven 2 was just a surface-level decent movie. This one is actually pretty bad, so this is probably one of the worst movies I've seen. This has got to be like one of my least favorite movies ever. Probably one of my least favorite sequels. So that is my review on An All Dogs Christmas Carol. Thanks for watching.